Hi there, thank you so much for tuning into Fab Trends by Mia. Today's video, as you can see from the title, it's a tick off the wish list. So this is top 10 wish list, ticking off my list. What have I managed to get? What's yet to come? Have things changed what was on the list? Let's find out. So the top 10 list we had, this is how it looked. So we had New York Intense from Nikolai, we had Delina from Perfumes de Mali, and this is the exclusives. We had HACIVAT from Nishane, we had 1888 from CASAMORATI line, from the XERJOFF'S line. As well, we had Baccarat Rouge 540 and the XEXTRAIT again from Maison Francis Katjan. We had Siberian Summer, Amber Absolutely, Grape Pearls and Desert Rosewood. Of course, we even had SANTAL Complete. So how has things been? So far from the 10, I am glad to have to report I did manage to get 6 of them. Yes, so we have had 6 fragrances added, and this is what's on the list. So the fragrances that are yet to be had, we've got Delina exclusives, and as well we've got HACIVAT to be had, and we have New York Intense. And the other one which I don't have, which I should get, which was on the list, is the 1888 from the CASAMORATI line. But I have decided I am not going to get that fragrance, because upon more wearing, and I just added a new one to my collection, which is this beauty Insomnia, and this is from Fabio Seferi. So this Insomnia, and as well I have this fragrance which is Risala from the house of Arabian Oud. These 2 fragrances plus another fragrance I have, Sacred from Louis Cardin. I don't know where's my Sacred bottle, but it's somewhere. Yes, I've got a fragrance from Louis Cardin. I've talked about this fragrance quite a few times on here, and having those fragrances and as well having the Oud Luwak, I feel like they are kind of in the same sort of family, and I feel like I don't really need 1888 because I'm actually wearing some of this. I sampled the 88 and Insomnia, and you know what? They are in the same family. Lovely gourmand with some kind of chocolate-ish going on, and I just feel like for that reason, in that family, I think I have enough fragrances in that family. So having added that one to the collection, which is kind of in between the Risala and as well the Cardin one, Sacred, I feel like having these fragrances in my collection, I don't really need 1888, because as well it's quite similar. It's a gourmand and lovely, and as well I just have things in my collection that are similar to this, so I'm thinking I don't need it. So that's now off the list. With that said, I did manage to get other fragrances which were not on this list, which I wanted to buy before. Some of these were in my Christmas wish list, which I didn't get last year or at Christmas, and these fragrances include these ones. I'm gonna show you now. This is the fragrance which was in my Christmas collection, which I finally managed to buy this year, and this is Una Paseo por Madrid from Loewe, and this one is called De la Mano por la Losaleda. I've spoken about this fragrance, you all are aware of it. It was in my previous video as well. So this is the fragrance. I managed to get this, so having added this, I don't think I need to add the other fragrance. Anyway, that's not to say this fragrance is similar to the one that's been taken off the list. And moving along, the other fragrance which I got, which wasn't on the list, this list, again it's a fragrance I had on my wish list from last year, was the Rila from CASAMORATI, from the CASAMORATI line. So really from the CASAMORATI line, and this is another gorgeous gourmand fragrance, and I just feel like having these fragrances in my collection. I'm literally holding on to it. I don't want it to fall out. I would cry. So having this fragrance in my collection, I'll try and take it out. Having these fragrances in my collection just kind of feels like that fragrance I could do away with, and I'm not crying about it. So this is a gorgeous vanilla caramel lemon gourmand lover's delight, and I've done full reviews as well, so you can check that out, and I'll link videos down below. Right, moving along. So I love this fragrance, gorgeous fragrance. Moving along, what did we manage to get on the list? So we have from Fragrance du Bois, I had a fragrance on the list, SANTAL COMPLET, and this is a fragrance I recently shared a review of. I'll link that below in the description box. Do check it out. So SANTAL COMPLET, a beautiful coconut santal vanilla fragrance, just beautiful fragrance, perfect for summer wear, dead nights, gorgeous fragrance, smells absolutely divine. It's not in your face. I've done a full review, do check that out. So this beauty is ticked off the list, and if you saw my video then you will know I did show this. The fragrance comes in a beautiful box like so, which is actually in another box. So you've got a box inside the box, and that's the inner box where the fragrance sits like that. So where's our fragrance? Let's pop it back in, safely sitting there. So that's what we have. So SANTAL COMPLET comes like so. I'm holding on to it. I wouldn't want it to fall. I would literally cry. SANTAL COMPLET from Fragrance du Bois. A gorgeous fragrance. So that goes back in its box. And right, moving along, the other fragrance that we ticked off the list was Desert Rosewood, and this is from Goldfield and Banks, Australia. Another beautiful amber fragrance. It's absolutely divine. So Desert Rosewood, look at the color of that juice. Can you tell that that's an ambery fragrance? It's absolutely gorgeous with the wooden cup there with the house details. Just gorgeous stuff. So this is another fragrance we ticked off our list, and again I've done a full review of this one, so do check out the full reviews for these fragrances. And yes, so I'm so glad to have this, and this is perfect for this coming weather. And this fragrance, I've spoken before, it does remind me of my home country, being young when I was born in Africa, and this is what it reminds me of, that, you know, like the first rain in the, when it comes to the rain season, that drop of the first rain, you know, to where it's been so dusty because it's been so dry. Because in Africa the temperatures we used to get was, when it was summertime, you never saw a drop of rain whatsoever until the rain season comes. So in this period you go throughout the period when it's just been utterly dry, and then when the rain comes you get that lovely beautiful smell of that earthiness. It's just gorgeous. It's quite ambery, and when I looked at the fragrance, honestly, how that smell smells is what you would expect it to look like if it is a color like that. So Goldfield and Banks, Australia's, and this is Desert Rosewood ticked off. And yes, like I said, I'll link all the full reviews of these fragrances, because if I started to review them fully we will be here all night. We don't want that. Moving along, the other fragrance which we ticked off was another gorgeous fragrance, and this is a fragrance from a house that's so well loved, and this is Baccarat Rouge Extrait, and this is the extrait version, and that's our beauty in there. I'll try not to take it out completely, but that's what we've got. Baccarat Rouge Extrait, and this is another gorgeous sweet fragrance, and I've spoken about this fragrance. I've done a full review, And what I said was, and I've said this before, some of you might remember, is that as much as I love this fragrance, somehow something in it irritates my husband. He doesn't seem to enjoy it quite as much as I do, so I don't know what to do. And I said before, if you've got any tips how to deal with a fragrance you love and your partner doesn't, please let me know in the comments down below. Moving along, so I don't know, do you need me to even go into this fragrance? I've done a full review, I'll link that below, but it's a gorgeous, lovely fragrance, and it's a perfect combination of when you have synthetics and natural ingredients working beautifully together. This is a perfect example how they can work together, and it's a very popular fragrance now, and now getting a lot of clones. And I've said before what fragrance I have in my collection, which is similar to this, which is a much cheaper option, because this is 300 plus. You could get a very cheaper option, which is like about £30, and this is the Fantasia from THOO, and I've done a video and a comparison video of the two actually, so I'll link those down below. If you haven't checked them out, do check it out. Right, moving along, we come to another fragrance that we ticked off, and this is Amber Absolutely, yes, and this is from Fortan Manley, and comes in this box, and obviously it's in the name. This is Amber Amazing. It's a gorgeous amber fragrance, and I've done a full review again. So a gorgeous fragrance from Fortan Manley. Oh my gosh, Amber Amazing, gorgeous stuff. You have to absolutely try it if you haven't. And in this one you've got listed notes, obviously, such as obviously amber. You've got amber, there's black currant, you've got plum, there's rose, there's some musks as well, you've got benzoin, you've got some cedar, there's vetiver, and you've got labdanum as well. Just a gorgeous composition. So if you haven't checked this beauty out, and look at that bottle, isn't that plaque there on there just stunning? And look at the cap, it's a piece of work. The bottle itself is art deco, richly gorgeous stuff. So Amber Absolutely added to their collection, and so happy to have that. By the way, the CASAMORATI I was referring to, because I got it in a sample, so that was the sample set, and this was the CASAMORATI 1888 I was talking about, and I'll link a bottle how it looks. So yeah, so I've got those. Anyway, I'll do with the sample for now and the others that we have in the collection. Right, moving along, we come to Siberian Summer. Yes, this was on my list, and this is from Areej Dore. So Siberian Summer from Areej Dore. Let me just take it out, and this is how the fragrance comes. I'm being so careful because I don't want to break anything for it to drop out, so it just sits on there like so. And this is our bottle. As you can see, it's been worn quite significantly, so look at that. So Siberian Summer, you know what, from the this one has no animal products, you know, there's no deer musk or anything in this one. So this one, to my nose, God, you can smell it. This is one that is quite, almost, you can say, almost subtle, like from the Areej Dore collection. This is from the 5th collection. This one I feel like is the one that is a bit more, could be more mass appealing. This is the one that is less challenging from the collection. I think this one and Primera Dioris are more like the ones that are easier on the nose, because the others are quite challenging. They are like richly ultra niche, whereas this one can be tolerated by more people, so you've got some camphor in there. So this one, you've got notes of camphor, there's bergamot, lime, bechtel, and fair balsam. You've also got some champaka, and you've got jasmine and galbanum. In the base, there's some cedar resin, Russian cedar resin, there's vanilla, there's vetiver, synthetic musk, and amber resin, and oak moss. So this one is much more it's almost easier on the nose compared to the others. So if you want to try something from Areej or Dore, from that collection, this would be where to start, I would say, together with the Primaria Dore, because if you go to War and Peace, it's really beast mode, and I don't have Antiquity anymore. So anyway, so we have all these babies added. What else was added to the collection? And the other fragrance as well I was gonna mention, which I did manage to add this year from the lists previously, which I really wanted, was this fragrance I showed you before. This is Risala from Arabian Oud, and this is a gorgeous, again, saffron, chocolate. There's some sandalwood in there. There's oud. There's rose. It's a gorgeous rosewood fragrance, but that chocolate in there, oh my gosh, it's absolutely stunning. Like, wow. Yes. So yes, you've got vanilla, oud, chocolate and saffron in that one, and rose. So gorgeous composition. And the last one on the list of fragrances that we added, can't believe we've spoken about so many already. This is what we have. We've got the House of Oud, and this again, I'll take this off. This is another beauty, a recent addition. This is actually a fragrance I was gifted by my husband, one of my birthday presents for my birthday. So I got this one as a birthday treat. So yeah, and this is Grape Pearls from the House of Oud. Just this fragrance. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. And this is a piece of work, art deco at its finest. Grape Pearls, and oh my gosh, in this one you've got, it's a lovely fruit composition. You've got floral notes, you do get some grapes, obviously there's some blackberries, you get some amber, there's vanilla, and you have some musk as well. There's even some grape leaves as well. So gorgeous composition. I don't want to spray anything much because I'm already wearing quite a lot of things. So, and that is how we did. So that's how we did. That is how we did. So far our list, the only fragrances left from the top 10 list, wish list for the year, are 3 fragrances to be purchased. So Delina exclusive and HACIVAT from Nishane, and we have Nikolai's New York Intense. So that's how we are doing. So to be honest, I'm quite pleased with myself that I've managed to get most of the fragrances that I really wanted, which have been on my list, even the ones from last year like RILA and Paul La Rosaleda. I'm glad they're in my collection because those are fragrances, even the Risala I wanted. So I'm so pleased I managed to stick to that. And yeah, so already thinking about the Christmas wish list. What's on yours? I think we have to start planning already because time is flying. So thank you so much for watching. I shall see you soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care. Bye.